At the end of Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance, after all the many final bosses have been fought, it seems the enemies have left their mark on Sora. He was successfully saved by Riku, Mickey, Donald, Goofy, and Axel. But due to the actions of the organization, his heart, just like the animals laying in the middle of the road my mom used to lie to me about, is sleeping. We also know that another heart resides in Sora's. It belongs to a boy named Ventus. He has been healing within Sora for years, and now that Sora has suffered a similar fate, all he could do to protect him is don him with his own armor. Back outside of Sora, this is where we get to see the power of waking in action for the first time in Kingdom Hearts. Riku uses it to save Sora here, and we know after this eventually Sora uses it to save Ventus. Ventus has a decent little chat with Sora about it too.
The power of waking. You never lost it. It sleeps. Until someone needs it.
When we first see Sora's heart, it is covered in dark goo. As to be expected. Sora has fallen into the darkness of his own heart before and become a Heartless. Despite being in Sora's heart now and it looking like it's covered in darkness, this is not exactly darkness. Yen Sid says Sora's heart is sleeping.
The boy's heart is sleeping.
Which implies the presence of Dream Eaters. Sora is stuck in a Kingdom Hearts nightmare. Which segues perfectly into seeing something rise from the dark goo. It begins to form armor and a sigil forms on its face. Once we get a full view of it and it glances at us, the camera pulls back to Riku, who has the same reaction as us.
What?
This is the most shit your face out of nowhere, what the f*** perfect Kingdom Hearts final boss that actually makes sense lore-wise. In an instant we can all make sense of it. Ventus and Sora are one, but the Ventus Nightmare is in control, fighting exactly how Ventus would, but in his nightmare form. Ventus has been corrupted by the nightmare, but Riku isn't too different himself. The armor attacks Riku not only to defend Sora, but because Riku is a user of darkness. The armor doesn't know who Riku is, so it can only judge him based on the darkness he wields. And like an animal defending its master from any perceived threat, he defends Sora, the boy who had given him his life back. Armored Ventus being a Dream Eater at all comes to fruition when we learn about Chirithes and how they are connected to Keyblade wielders. Armored Ventus has taken the role of Sora's Chirithy, his guide and one of his defenders, which I feel is subtly referenced as the Chirithy who helps Sora eventually in the final world does belong to Ventus. The end of the battle even harkens back to the end of Ventus's final battle in Birth by Sleep, where you and Vanitas have to constantly rush at each other and collide, which resolutely puts Riku in the position of Vanitas. Which makes sense because other than Riku struggling with darkness and Vanitas being entirely darkness, and a part of both their stories dealing with self-acceptance, they wield their Keyblades nearly the same. And when we beat Armored Ventus Nightmare, it is shown that Sora was within the armor, to Riku's surprise. And thus ends another brilliant way Kingdom Hearts has got us to fight two people in one. Then we end up in the place where Ventus was reborn, Destiny Islands, as if to say the journey to save Ventus has officially begun. To top it off, this battle is no stranger to the Kingdom Hearts style of linking characters through similar music. this case, it is the Destati Dive to the Heart theme. It's been sampled and changed to sound much bigger and bombastic. This helps build the emotions that this battle will give you. This battle isn't even that difficult, especially compared to the previous boss battles. This even helps make the battle atmospheric, as it is likely you will not be interrupted by a death screen. Young Xehanort is definitely the definitive boss of this game, so Armored Ventus Nightmare feels more like a victory lap combined with a final test for Riku. This battle is huge for Riku's character, and he is without a doubt the best developed character in Kingdom Hearts, and this is definitively the best what the f shit your pants out of nowhere final boss of Kingdom Hearts that absolutely makes sense.